Today, we'll talk about eSales reporting. What is it and other frequently asked questions. This webinar aims to answer the following questions. First, what is eSales? Second, who are required to submit reports under this system? Third, how to register in eSales system. Fourth, how to submit reports. Fifth, when to submit reports. And lastly, what are the consequences for non-submission? First, let us define eSales. The Electronic Sales Reporting System, or eSales, is a process of reporting the gross monthly sales of taxpayers electronically. The system automates the monitoring and reporting of the gross monthly sales per registered CRM or POS or any other similar business machines generating receipts or invoices. Now you might be asking, who are required to submit reports? Per RMC number 45-2014, all taxpayers engaged in business using cash register machine, point of sale system, and other sales machines or any other similar devices through different channels are duty-bound to submit reports. Next, we'll talk about how to register in eSales system. Step 1. Go to BIR website and register your company. You may also go to the link below. Step 2. Fill up the website. Just a few reminders. Make sure to remember the username and password, and also keep it for security purposes. So here you can see the registration page. Just fill out the information needed and click the submit button when you're done. Step 3. A message for successful registration will prompt. Step 4. After a successful online registration, you need to submit a duly notarized letter from the president or owner or any authorized officer of the company indicating the authorized user to concerned LTDO or RDO for the activation of user account. The prescribed format is in the Annex A of RMC 45-2014. After registering to the system, of course, you need to know the steps on how to submit reports. First, click the Encode Sales link. It initially displays 10 rows. Second, choose the branch to be reported for. Third, choose the month and year of sales to be submitted. Fourth, select the machine identification number or the MIN. Fifth, enter the end range of official receipt and the sales details. Next, click Add to List after inputting all details needed. Seventh, repeat the previous steps to add another entry. Eighth, click the Confirm Transaction button. Ninth, click the Save button. And lastly, taxpayer will receive the confirmation of submission with the corresponding SRN. For machines more than 20, you need to upload sales. Step 1. Download the CSV Attachment Sales Report. You can find the download link in the screen. Step 2. Enter all needed data for the record in the CSV file. These data include the TIN, branch, month, year, the machine identification number, last official receipt, and sales details. Step 3. The number of rows allowed for each CSV file is up to 999 only. You may save into another CSV file the next set of sales report, then submit for uploading. Take note, file name must be saved in this format: POS sales space TIN space branch code space month and year space F series. Step 4. Click the Upload Sales tab. Step 5. Browse the CSV file to be uploaded. Next, click the Upload button. Lastly, taxpayer will receive the confirmation of submission in the email with the corresponding SRN and the corresponding errors, if any. After learning how to make reports, we also need to know when to submit these reports. Per RMC 45-2014, all taxpayers required to submit reports with TIN ending in even number shall report their sales on or before 8th day after the month of sale. And those with TIN ending in odd number shall report their sales 10 days after the month of sale. Now, let's proceed to the consequence for non-submission. It should be noted that amendment per RA 10963, or more commonly known as the Train Law, provided for a new section, Section 264-A, which set out penalty for failure to transmit sales data entered on CRM or POS machines to the BIR's electronic sales reporting system. Any taxpayer required to transmit sales data to the Bureau's electronic sales reporting system but fails to do so shall pay for each day of violation a penalty amounting to 0.1% of the annual net income as reflected in the taxpayer's audited financial statement for the second year preceding the current taxable year for each day of violation, or 10,000 pesos, whichever is higher, provided that should the aggregate number of days of violation exceed 180 days within a taxable year, an additional penalty of permanent closure of the taxpayer shall be imposed. Provided further that if the failure to transmit is due to force majeure or any cause beyond the control of taxpayer, the penalty shall not apply. Now let's move on to other frequently asked questions. First question: what should we do if we get locked out of our account? If you find yourself in this situation, you just need to follow these two simple steps. First, you submit a letter request for the deactivation of the user account to the Chief of Client Support section. Lastly, after successful deactivation, you need to enroll again using another username. Question number 2. What happens if our accountant or bookkeeper resigned without leaving the username and password? The turnover process should be settled internally. However, if you are unable to retrieve your user account, you can follow the steps on what to do when you get locked out of your account.